What's up guys, Skittlerampage here. So today we're going to be talking about some animes that I think should have Funko Pops. So why don't they? Let's check it out. Alright guys, so this is going to be a little fun extra video for the day just because I wanted to put up something earlier versus all the New York Comic Con reveals coming out way later, so I have to upload the videos later because I'm trying to get all those reveals out to you guys. So, I put together a list down here of a couple animes, and I even asked you guys on Instagram of what you guys would like to see as Funko Pops for the anime category in the future, or what you think should be made by Funko, some anime Funko Pops. So you guys said a lot of interesting ones. A lot of people said like Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, One Piece. It was like, I was more so looking for pops that haven't been made yet, and just pops we don't already have, you know, pops of. So, I picked a few on a list, like a main list that I think should be made, and then as well as some other ones that, you know, should be made, but I just don't think they ever will be made. So first up, one of the most requested ones is Black Clover. Now, Black Clover, among, like, kind of preparing for this video, I guess, technically. So I was talking to my brother about Black Clover, and he said he's not a fan of it. It's just like, he just doesn't like the idea of it, and he's a huge anime fan. Like, he blows me out of the water in the anime category. You guys would be surprised if he was ever in a video talking about anime. He knows everything, compared to me at least. So early this morning, we both watched the trailer for Black Clover, and honestly, still, you know, I think the main character's name was Asta, I believe, and he just doesn't have any magical power, but he wants to become like the Grand Wizard or whatever it's called. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't really know the lingo in the anime itself. But yeah, so we watched like the trailer, and then we watched another thing. It just really just didn't grab both of our attentions. We even watched, he told me to look up a video of him like Asta screaming. It was like kind of annoying, to be honest, for a main character. So I don't know, personally I never really saw the appeal. Now I'm not saying it's not a popular anime, I'm not saying it's a good anime. It's just or that it's not a good anime is what I mean. But personally, it just hasn't caught my eye. Maybe I need to watch a few episodes. I think I've watched at least part of an episode to my knowledge, and then the trailer, and it just still, to this day, it just hasn't really captured me. I guess maybe I just don't like the main character's look. It's just my personal opinion on it. But if I should watch Black Clover, let me know. Maybe I'll watch it on the other channel. You guys can check out the other channel as well. The link is in my bio. It's where I'm doing anime reviews and currently watching One Piece and God of High School if you want to check that out. But anyways, so yeah, Black Clover, personally, just not for me. Maybe I'll check it out in the future. Like, I said the same thing about One Piece, that I just didn't want to get to it because it was super long. So maybe I'll change my mind on Black Clover. But for now, I do personally think it would do well, you know, for Pops if they did decide to make it. However, I don't know if we're going to personally see them. But it is highly requested. I always see Black Clover comments on my videos and Instagram, so this was one you guys picked for sure the most on Instagram. So second to Black Clover, this one was highly requested as well, and I'm not sure why Funko hasn't made these because they've made some other popular animes similar to it. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So a lot of people want JoJo Bizarre Adventure Pops. I'm not entirely sure why Funko hasn't made these yet. It seems weird at this point that, you know, it's kind of like Fruits Basket, for an example. I've never even heard of that anime. I've watched a lot of mainstream anime. I've heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure just from my brother, from multiple people, from you guys over the years, and it's just kind of like, I've never heard of Fruits Baskets. I've never heard of Junji Ito, and they're getting pops, and it's just super surprising to me. And I'm not saying they're not popular, but it's like, JoJo's has to be way more popular than those two animes even combined. Like, I hear JoJo probably 90% of the time versus those 10% of the time. So it's just very interesting that Funko hasn't decided. Maybe they're having trouble getting the line or the license. Maybe they're not even trying. I really don't know. But it is one of the most popular anime out there that at least I've heard of and that most people talk about. So, and there's a few other YouTubers like Dark Sage, for example. He's a huge JoJo fan. I see it all over his Instagram all the time. So it's just kind of funny that he really wants JoJo Pops. I know he'd go nuts. But yeah, this is crazy. I'm surprised we haven't gotten those yet. Another one, guys, is Code Geass. Now this one I'm personally biased just because I love Code Geass and I would love to see the Pops first, or personally, but I also think they would just sell very, very well. There are a lot of Code Geass fans out there. It's definitely up there in, like, it's up in my top 5 anime for sure, and it is one of the most popular, you know, kind of like war type mecha anime. Is that kind of what it's categorized as? I'm not entirely sure of what all the anime categories, but that, I mean, it's technically mecha and war, and kind of like, it's not really crime. It's kind of crime. I don't really know what to classify it as, but Code Geass is definitely up there, and I personally think it would sell very well. I've seen it, oh my god, probably like 3 or 4 times, the whole thing, and all the movies and things like that. Like, the newest movie is amazing. Lelouch, I would totally buy a pop of. Lelouch, C2, whatever you want to call her. Personally, I don't know. I personally prefer CC, but they also call her C2, so it's a little confusing with her name. But yes, Code Geass would sell very, very well in my opinion. Another one that was highly requested was Haikyuu. So Haikyuu is the volleyball anime, I believe, and I know one of my mods, Heidi, she's always telling me to watch this anime. Like, she is just always telling me to watch it. It's kind of funny. A lot of you guys are telling me to watch it as well. My brother loves the anime. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like sport type animes, I guess. It just doesn't really, like, I don't really see the appeal. I guess because it can get like super heated in the moment, and it makes it funny, and I heard it's like super funny and very just action packed, but just a volleyball, like, you gotta admit, at first glance you're like, volleyball for an anime, really? It's kind of like Food Wars. It's like, I don't really like it. But my opinion aside, I think they'd sell very well because there are a ton of fans of it. Even if I might not like it or find the appeal, there are a ton of fans of it, and I think it'd sell very well. Another one, guys, is Studio Ghibli. So this one was requested by at least 6 or 7 people that I found on Instagram in my comment section and then in my messages. So Studio Ghibli, I really haven't seen any of their movies. The only one I can think of that I've seen bits and pieces of is Spirited Away. That, to my knowledge, that's it. And I think I watched that in high school. Not high school, middle school. I think for some reason the teacher was playing anime and I didn't even realize I was watching anime. So I just thought it was like a cartoon type movie. So it was kind of funny. That, I really remember that, or it's got to be something else similar to that movie. Is there anything similar to Spirited Away? Let me know down below. But a lot of people said Studio Ghibli pops, and it's a pretty popular thing. They have a ton of movies that I was looking on Google, like a freaking crap ton. So, yes, I think they'd sell very well with any character from any of those movies. Another really popular one, guys, is Seven Deadly Sins. Now, Seven Deadly Sins, I don't even really need to really go too much into this one because who doesn't know Seven Deadly Sins by now? A lot of people don't like the anime. A lot of people do like the anime. Very, very split down the middle. A lot of people are mad at the recent season and the animation, and personally, I didn't really like the recent season too much, but there are so many pops they could make. First of all, the Sens themselves, and then when you start branching off into other characters like Arthur, like the Ten Commandments, there's so many. There's so many characters. Even just making the main 7 Deadly Sins would sell incredibly well. Like, they would sell out everywhere. 1000%. I do not have a doubt in my mind. So hopefully we get 7 Deadly Sin pops in the future. Another one that was highly requested is Fire Force. So Fire Force is just essentially about firefighters fighting like infernal spirit things that just combust and make things go on fire, I believe. That's basically what the bio said, essentially. But I've heard a lot about this anime from you guys. I've heard just wanting to be requested almost as much as Black Clover, to be honest. Everybody's saying Fire Force. I need to check it out because everybody's saying it's really good. I'm seeing it all over YouTube. I think even my brother has seen it and he said it was good. So I think it'd sell very well just from the popularity alone and how many people are requesting it personally. But personally, I don't really know too much about it other than it's like a bunch of firefighters. It's like a firefighter anime, essentially. Now this one I kind of hesitated putting on the main list, but on the whim that Funko thought about making it, I think it would be a good idea on their part, and I think they'd sell very well, and that's High School DxD. Now, personally, it's one of my favorite kind of harem type anime. It's so hilarious to me. It's so ridiculous. It's like one of the most ridiculous harem slash, is it pronounced ecchi or ichi? I think it's ecchi. I can never remember, but it's like one of my favorite in that category because like the main character, he's so just ridiculous. It's baffling. It's so funny. I've seen it probably 3 or 4 times, and it's always something you can go back and watch. And there's just so many characters like Rias, Akano. I haven't seen it in a while, so I don't remember all their names. But yeah, Rias and Akano alone, like just making the girl cast alone would sell super well. And don't get me started on the rest of, you know, the cast. So it would just be nuts. It would be nuts. I need to go back and watch that now because like, it's bugging me that I can't remember. I'm terrible with names. A lot of people get on me about that, but it's just something. I think I have like memory loss, short-term memory or something like that because I'm the worst with names. But I love anime, and it sucks because it gets me in a lot of trouble because I can't remember anything. But anyways, I really think High School DxD would sell very well, but I think the kind of like, you know what happens in high school. I don't really need to go into detail. I think what happens in the anime kind of would discourage Funko from making Pops, personally. Next up, guys, we have Dr. Stone. So Dr. Stone, honestly, it's a fantastic anime. I did a review of it on my other channel, and I really love the first season. I can't wait for season 2. It's going to be really awesome. Can't wait to see what Senku does with Tsukasa and everybody else. Like, I want to see the war. I need to see the Stone Wars. But I personally think it sell very well. We got Chrome, we got all the other like I said, I can't remember anything, so nobody judge. But Senku, just one Senku Pop would sell extremely well. Just a common, or you can make exclusives, glow-in-the-dark variants. You just do it, and I'll buy it. All right, just do it, Funko. I'll buy it. As long as it's a new anime, I'll buy variants. I don't mind. But if it's like you're gonna make more Gokus and Vegetas, we don't want to see it. But I really think Dr. Stone would sell very well. It's a highly rated anime, very fantastic. It teaches you so much about science. It's incredible. So I think it would sell very well. Another one is ReZero. I believe that's how you pronounce it anyway. So it's not one I have seen. However, it's kind of similar to something I have seen. So he's kind of like summoned to another world. He doesn't know why he's summoned there. But even though I don't know anything about it, you guys, this is one that I saw like a ton of on Instagram as well. And if I've seen that many people saying they want this, then I think it would sell very well. It's clearly a popular anime. I keep seeing it everywhere, but I never really looked it up until making this video, ironically. And it looks like something I'd actually watch. It looks interesting, so I might have to check it out. But yeah, I think it'd sell well just based on popularity. Now, this one I said in a recent video was Assassination Classroom. Now, Assassination Classroom, I really don't even need to explain this one because it's such a great anime. It's very, very sad. Like, very sad at the end. Like, I think I teared up. I think I almost cried at the ending because that was freaking sad. Nonetheless, there's so many characters they can make. Like, I honestly might buy the whole class. Like, I would buy the teacher alone. He'd be amazing. Even if they only made him, I'd buy it, you know? This is how we feel, Funko, as anime fans. Even if they just made one character from each of these anime, we'd buy it. We'd want more, but we'd buy it. Assassination Classroom would sell well, personally. Now, guys, here we have some runner-up anime. So, first on the list is Blue Exorcist. So, I saw a lot of people say Blue Exorcist. However, my personal thoughts on Blue Exorcist is, yes, it's good. Kyoto Saga, I didn't even bother watching. I couldn't get through it because it doesn't even make any sense. The fact that it's an anime, it's another part, like a second season that was technically in the first season in the middle of the. It's so confusing. It's ridiculous. It's like trying to watch Tokyo Ghoul season 3. It makes no sense. So, Blue Exorcist. Now, while it's a popular anime, it's a very good anime. It's not my favorite out there. But I just don't think it'd sell. I don't think Funko would make them. It's a possibility, but I personally don't think Funko would make these. It's just, I don't feel like it's that popular. I don't know. It's like I said, it's very good. It's not my favorite, but I just don't feel like it's that popular. Enough to make Pops, at least. Another one, guys, is Devil is a Part-Timer. Now, I love Devil is a Part-Timer. I wish that we got another season. I really don't know why we didn't. I never read the creator's thoughts on that, on why he didn't. But personally, it's good, but it's just not good enough to be able to make Pops. Like, it's not desirable enough. Like, I don't even know if a lot of people know about this one. I'm not saying it's not popular, but personally to me, it is popular. Like, it's very good. It's one of the best animes out there, but it's just not, it's not the best enough to make Pops out of, if that makes sense. Another one is Fate Zero. So Fate Zero, I'm actually a fan of this anime. I've seen most of them, like the different parts and spin-offs and things like that. However, it does kind of get lost somewhere. They do way too many spin-offs. It's kind of confusing after a while to keep up, like what goes where and things like that. The story's all over the place, mostly. Personally, to me, that's how I feel. So I just kind of stopped watching all the variations and whatever else they had going on. But now, do I think a couple of the Pops would sell well? Yes, but there's just so many different characters. If they just stuck to like the main characters and the main like powerful characters and things like that, maybe it'd sell well. But I just don't think there's enough hype around Fate Zero to be able to sell Pops around it. And lastly, guys, I saw this a couple times, is God of High School. Now, God of High School, I think is just way too fairly new to make Pops of. Like, we haven't even gotten the second season yet, and they're not even finished with the first season. If they did make God of High School Pops, it wouldn't be until way later. I don't really expect to see Pops of this personally, even though I'm loving it, I'm enjoying it on my second channel, but it's just kind of like, I just don't think they'll make these. Okay, guys, so that was a fun little video to do. I really wanted to do a video like this for a while. I think I've done one similar to it, but this is kind of like different, slightly different than the other list I did, at least. But it was a fun video to throw up next to the reveals today as well. So if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like down below. And of course, comment down below what did you think of my list and that I compiled together, as well as make sure to comment down below what you like Funko to make. Like, what are some other animes that I didn't mention in this video that you would like to see? But anyways, I want to say a huge shout out to my Patreon subscribers. I appreciate the support so much. You guys are absolutely legendary for supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much. Seriously, you don't know how much it means to me. You guys can check out the Patreon. You guys can get Patreon only videos. You guys can get Patreon only content. You guys can get gifts sent from me to you. So make sure to check that out down below, as well as make sure to follow my social medias, Instagram and Twitter. The links are down below. That's where I update you guys the most. That's where I've been posting a lot about NYCC. So if you want to stay up to date, make sure to go follow me, as well as make sure to join my Facebook group and Discord. Really great communities over there. They are buy, sell, and trade folks, and you can make a ton of friends. But anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.